Hello, here's my ugly mug. Now in this one, it's going to be a little bit different because I'm usually making shorts. Now I don't want to be always making just shorts. I want to make some longer videos. This video, I want to show you the main highlights of the most recent race on the Nürburgring that I've done in the Mazda Mx5. The highlights being the key moments that got me the win. Hopefully these videos, if I make money more of them, I hope, it'll be educational and entertaining. I'm going to do my best, but show some mercy, please, because I'm pretty new to this. And if you like what you see, drop a like, sub, whatever. Helps the channel grow, and I am trying to get better. We'll get better. Into it, let's go. Lap 2, P3. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of a tactic here that I pulled off at Carousel to secure P2. 4 cars closely bunched together coming up to Carousel usually spells disaster, but no, not if you play it properly. Second to last corner before Carousel, I take the inside line to close the gap between the two leaders as much as I can. I keep an eye on my left to see which one's going to break first, in hopes that I'm going to take the inside line of Carousel and push at least one on the outside, losing at least a second of a lap time in the corner. I tuck in behind the green Mazda, basically cutting off the white Mazda's racing line on the Carousel. Unfortunately, on the Nürburgring, it's really hard to get away from your opponents no matter how much faster you are than them. If you overtake them on the wrong part of the track, they can quickly get behind you and catch a toe down a straight, catching you back up, and all the hard work you've done will just disappear. Who caused this crash? I believe it was the white Mazda with black stripes here coming in too fast. I don't believe I dive bombed. I believe I just had the inside line and nobody wanted to give me room. Here's another angle of the crash. Fumble up just after this, losing time again to the new two leaders. However, in my favour, they both have a little kiss and one goes waywards, giving me another opportunity to have another crack at P1 by myself. Bye-bye! Just before we get to the next part of the drama, here's a part of the Nürburgring where you can really make some time and cut the corner. Steady your car and keep tight left, then floor it and go over the curb on the right. Now that that part is out of the way, let's get back to the P1, P2 drama. I gradually start to close the gap between me and the green Mazda. However, if you'd seen my most recent shorts, you'd know that me trying to pass on this next corner is not a great idea. As opposed to putting myself in a position where I can make another Edward short, I oppose the thought and decide to hit the brake pedal, knowing that I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve. And if you don't know which Edward short I'm talking about, I'll put the link in the description so you can see for yourself. At this part of the last lap, I did actually decide at this point that I don't mind being behind him, knowing that there's a very long straight coming up just ahead. I check him on the outside to see how he's going to react when I try and overtake him. He gives me a kiss and quite skillfully actually keeps me on the outside of the track. Just before the next carousel, he cocks up and kind of forces me to take the lead, which is a position I don't necessarily want to be in. I am now going to give him the speed advantage, forcing me to change my plans. My original plans of outstanding tactics, showcasing high IQ and just absolute dominance on the Nürburgring have all been wiped out by the green Mazda, forcing me to finish the race in absolute peasantry and competing for who's got the biggest balls, me or the green Mazda. As the green Mazda gets on my tail, losing all wind resistance known to man, I begin to ponder on the thought of, did the guy in the green Mazda purposely cock up on the last carousel just to get behind me? Unwilling to accept P2, I decide to now catch his tail and fight for P1. Yes, I am sitting forward in my seat getting close to my microphone. That is why I'm getting louder. Because even though I know what happens next, I'm excited. As we enter the last part of the straight on the Nürburgring on the very last lap, I manage to get just in front of him, knowing that I have got only one tactic left, and that is to outbrake this motherfucker and hug the inside line of every corner that's remaining. There's just 2. And just hope he doesn't rip me a new rear end. I managed to brake faster than I ended my relationship with my ex-girlfriend. I come in tighter on the corners than I am with my wallet at Christmas. I close the door faster on him than I close the door on the bailiffs for unpaid parking fines. And because I don't know where the finish line is, I just carry on racing to the pit exit. If you got this far into the video, thank you ever so much. Now, just before you leave, there's a few things that I would like to go over that are very important to the future of this channel. The first thing is I want to start slow off the amount of shorts that I've been making. At the moment, I am using them as a tool to try and grasp a wider audience, making the longer videos that I'm going to start try and put more effort into a little bit more worthwhile. Now, this video I appreciate probably isn't the best quality that you've ever seen, but I've only been at this not even 2 weeks yet. I'm still getting used to it. The quality will get better, I promise. The second thing is that away from iRacing, I've got a real life car, Mazda Mx5 specifically, that I am currently building. It's nearly finished, purely for hot laps, time trials, and potentially later down the line wheel-to-wheel racing. So hopefully this spring I'll be on track recording sessions, and I'll probably try and find a way to go live on those sessions as well. If you're interested in that, I guess I'll have to ask you to sub so you get the notification. And if you sub, you'll also be notified when I go live on iRacing. So if you're interested in anything that I've just said, I guess subscribe to be notified. It would also tremendously help the growth of the channel at such an early stage. Really appreciate it. Thank you ever so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.